Hello, and thank you for joining us on the Entrepreneur Season 4. The Entrepreneur is a program highlighting innovation, business opportunities, and the entrepreneurs driving Zambia's economic growth. And I'm your host, Faith Katai. Today on the program, we are looking at one of the country's fastest growing industries, the beauty and cosmetology sector. Cosmetology has been a significant source of employment and entrepreneurship for many Zambians, particularly young people and women. And so the Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprise Development, in collaboration with other stakeholders, have organized a Cosmetology Expo 2026. Actually, this is the first ever to be held in the country. And to tell us more about this expo, I have with me the Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprise Development Principal Public Relations Officer, Virginia Chilongo, on the set. Madam, welcome to the Entrepreneur.
Thank you very much, and thank you for hosting me and the ministry at large.
Okay, so tell us about the Cosmetology Expo 2026. What is it all about?
Thank you very much. The Cosmetology Expo, in full, we are calling it the Cosmetology and Finance Fair, is basically an event that we are organizing as the Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprise Development to be able to bring together a number of SMEs who are into the beauty and cosmetology sector or industry, so as to help them in various needs, or even to assess and understand what their needs are. Now, you may or may not be aware that the Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprise Development was created in 2021. We call ourselves the last born of ministries, the Kasuli, because we are relatively new, almost 5 years now, and our mandate is to promote and foster the development of small and medium enterprises, SMEs. Actually, we go further to include micro, so we call them MSMEs, micro, small and medium enterprises, as well as cooperatives. In fact, the registrar of cooperatives sits under our ministry, because at the end of the day, cooperatives are also SMEs. They are into, it's a money-making venture, based on whatever sector they are in, whether it's agriculture, finance. A cooperative essentially is an SME. And so based on our mandate to develop and foster the growth of these SMEs, we decided to dissect and go sector by sector and realize that, you see, these that are into the beauty, cosmetology, this sector really is one that is the definition of entrepreneurship. It is literally solely the definition of entrepreneurship, because you go into this business on your own, or whether you want to partner with somebody, and you are doing this business, whether it could be based on some of the learned techniques or artists that you have learned, or whether solely on talent, or whatever it is. And we realize that this is a sector that to a certain extent has not had much attention based on whether it's policy or even empowerment. At the end of the day, it is a sector that we saw was what you would say kind of neglected. And so as the ministry, we decided to say we need to bring these people together. We need to find a way that we can help them, because at the end of the day, they are offering services that are essential to many, many people. You and I are looking good today, whether we accept it or not. There was a little bit of cosmetology somewhere. I see you have beautiful makeup, beautiful lipstick, the hair, all that is cosmetology. Literally each and every day, even to the gentleman. I see the camera person there, he's got a very good haircut. That falls under cosmetology. So literally each and every day, what we do has a certain aspect of cosmetology to it. Our nails, our hair, even the way we dress, the way all that has to do with beauty and cosmetology. And these are people that are also contributing largely to Zambia's economy. We may get into that later, but just to point out that they contribute a lot to Zambia's economy. Remember that SMEs form about 97% of businesses in Zambia, and even 70% of Zambia's employment comes from SMEs. That tells you how imperative these people are. And so coming back to your question of the Cosmetology Expo, this expo basically will bring these SMEs together, more like an indaba, and then we can see the best way forward on how to help our SMEs.
Great. So what should people expect to see and experience during the Expo?
Yes. So with the Cosmetology Expo, we are approaching it twofold. Firstly, we have SMEs that will have to register. If you have a business, whatever business it is, so this will involve those that are into hair, into makeup, the people in the spas, these who offer massages and wellness, yes, as well as the barber shops, the men, those definitely are part of it. Those that are into attire, fabrics, all that, they are definitely welcome. But if you would like to exhibit, we'll just ask that you register at no cost. You register so that we can create a proper space for you. We plan accordingly. However, if you are just a member of the public who would just like to come and see, you have interest, you want to learn, you just want to see, you just want to appreciate, or maybe even sponsor some of these SMEs, you are free to come even without registering. So we will be approaching it, like I said, twofold, where we will have certain sessions where people can sit and have like a panel discussion. They can join in, they can learn. We'll be also having on-the-spot services provided by all these SMEs that will be exhibiting. And so if you would want your hair done there, installation, you can do it right there, and then the SMEs will be exhibiting and they'll just be showing you what they do. You learn. You can also learn how to do all this hair, this makeup, and who knows, tomorrow you can also be an SME. You can be able to contribute. We have a number of social media, what we call media lights, if you would call them that, who are really into this sector. And they will testify to the fact that their livelihoods have been improved simply because of cosmetology. People tend to look down on it and say, oh, maybe if I didn't, it's for people that have not been to school, people that have not attained a certain level of education. I can assure you that even some of those that we perceive to be the most elite in society are people that are largely depending on this. This is a sector that really contributes to Zambia's economy, and we have realized that we will also be working with other stakeholders to ensure that our SMEs also have their businesses formalized.
Let's talk about the dates of the Expo. When is it?
Yes, the Expo will be from the 15th to 16th of July. That is on Wednesday and Thursday at Zikas University in Lusaka. Remember, this is the first of its kind. You would call it a pilot project. And I can assure you that from the response we have received, this has given us enough feedback to show that we could do a rollout to further places than Lusaka. Remember, even the Republican president says Lusaka is not Zambia, Zambia is not Lusaka. Everybody must have a taste of development, and this Expo is a part of development. And so with the SMEs, during these 2 days, they can expect to have business-to-business talks. They can expect to have market linkages, and that is also our role as the ministry. We connect you to a business. No matter what you are doing, we'll connect you to a market. If you want incubation, we'll connect you to somebody who can incubate you and help you grow until you are able to stand on your own as a business. Empowerment, and for empowerment, it's not just about money. It could be capacity building. You know, where you, in your business, the money can be found in there, but the way you are using your business, your money is wrong. The moment you have a lot of money, you want to open offices in the most high-end place. You want to ensure that each of your employees is driving there, and then you want to buy the latest Ford 4x4 Ranger. No. So as a ministry, we will help you to say these are the necessities, these are the requirements, and help you grow your business bit by bit. Apart from that, we will also help to teach members of the public that would like to enter this sector. We have a number of SMEs who are into this industry that want to pass on the knowledge. They will be able to do that. And also, this will help create partnerships amongst the SMEs themselves. You could have at a place of work, one shop is offering, it could be a barber shop. The other one could be a spa and wellness center. The other one could be a salon. The other one could be into makeup. Why not just work together, create a space, work together, grow partnerships, and grow a business? That's how you grow a name. That's how you grow a brand. Why do you want to work individually? Why do you want to work alone? Even at a higher level, the Republican president talks about PPPs, private-public partnerships. So in this case, it could be just private partnerships, but at the end of the day, it's all about partnerships with these SMEs, and that's what we're trying to encourage them. All we just want also is policy direction as a ministry. You know, as a ministry, government, we provide policy direction, and so this is what we would like to do for our SMEs. What is it that you are in need of? How can we help you as your government to ensure that you have an enabling environment to conduct your business?
Wonderful. So, Virginia, who should attend this expo? Yes.
Yes, any and everyone is really welcome to attend. Not just females, not just males. Anyone is able to attend. The youth, the elderly, the disabled, everyone can come through. You can register. The Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprise Development has its website and its social media platforms. The link is on all these social media platforms. Remember, we are going digital as a government. We are trying to go, trying to leave the paper a bit away. We are going digital. So on all these digital platforms, you can be able to access the link
Free of charge.
Free of charge. However, the link is mostly just for people that would want to, businesses or entities that would want to exhibit. This is just basically to help us with planning purposes, for planning purposes, logistics and the like. But when it comes to members of the public, generally anyone is free to come. The program starts at 8 hours all the way up to 19. This, yes, we want to maximize our time with the SMEs. People are free to come, they are free to view, free to see what exactly is happening, and really it's going to be an important day. Especially I can tell you that because most of them are looking forward to it. At no point have some of these people been recognized specifically just for their sector, and so government really wants to send a message to show them that we are opening this up for you. Government is all inclusive. We do not segregate. We want to help you. We want to provide. No business is too small. No business is irrelevant. As long as it follows the legal tenets, it is a legal business. Why shouldn't we help you as a ministry? You know, it's not a secret out there that many people speak about the ministry. Some claim not to even know about the ministry. Others will speak about the ministry and say we have not assisted in a certain way. But clearly, there are people who are appreciating, because at no point have people who are in the beauty and cosmetology expo industry rather ever been recognized to such an extent.
Great. So what is the theme for this Cosmetology Expo 2026, and how are you interpreting it as a ministry?
Yes. Our theme is very simple: grow and glow sustainability. Glow, of course, you know, beauty enhancements. Cosmetology is all about you expressing yourself, basically glowing. And then grow your business. Grow your business in whatever way possible. Be unapologetic about growing your business, your brand. Sustainability in all this, there should be sustainability in how you're doing. Your business should not just be there, up and down, up and down. So when it grows, the moment it starts to come down, how do we help you sustain your business? How do we ensure that your business continues to grow? And these are some of the factors that we look at. At the end of the day, anyone is free to come. Anyone is free to come and glow and grow sustainability. Even when you want to, if you would want to open your a business and formalize it right there and then, you know, like I'm just a member of the public. I attend the Cosmetology Expo and I want to open up a business under, for example, Virginia Beauties. We can help you do it right on the spot. And
Wow.
you have a formalized business. All your obligations, tax-wise, and you know, PACRA and all that, they will be handled.
Great.
Yes.
I know you've mentioned a bit of the activities that will be taking place. I want you to highlight more. What other activities has the ministry lined up during this expo?
Okay, that's great. Earlier I mentioned how we will have an official opening. We will have certain dignitaries, high-level dignitaries that will be attending. That is how much importance government has placed on this expo. Apart from that, we will also have exhibitions, live exhibitions, people showing you what they are doing, what they're capable of doing. You can connect yourself to some of these people. If you have events coming up, not just for yourself, it could be a group event, it could be a school event, it could be whatever you're having. You can be able to make connections there and networking. Apart from that, we also have to increase the we don't want to create a competition, but just to allow our SMEs to show more seriousness with what they're doing, and also just to increase the competitiveness. We'll have some sort of a competition that will just, amongst those SMEs, whoever, have, according to the criteria that has been set, whoever would do well will win a little bit of a good prize. I won't be able to disclose it now, but it's going to be a very, very good prize. And then to also members of the public, you will also have an opportunity to interact one-on-one with some of these SMEs that will be exhibiting. Are these what you call social media elite socialites? These people that have very huge numbers, these people that have a huge following. You may not be able to interact with them one-on-one all this time. You interact with them on social media, but on this particular day, you'll be able to interact one-on-one and talk to them and find out how they started their business, listen to their story. I'll give an example of one who is very well known, a lady called Royalty Makeup and the like. She's well known. Most people know her. She's a very good lady, quite leading in this social media space, simply because of her business. She will be there. You can speak to her one-on-one. She's so passionate about mentorship of people in such a space. She will be there for people to speak one-on-one to her and learn something from how she was. Remember what I said about being this is a sector that is not about because I did not do well in school, I'm going to go here. This lady is so well educated. She's a nurse by profession, but she put that aside and focused on something that is going to put food on her table. Well, nursing can also do the same, but she chose to go for entrepreneurship, and that's just a testament of what it is. And so we invite our members of the public to please come through. Just come and see. You may not even speak to anyone, you may not even do anything, but just see and see how inspiring it is to go for entrepreneurship.
Great. We now go on a short break. Don't go away. Welcome back. In case you have just joined us, you are watching The Entrepreneur. My guest today is the Principal Public Relations Officer, Virginia Chilongo, from the Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprise, sharing with us about the forthcoming event, the Cosmetology Expo 2026. So, Madam, how important is professional training and certification in the cosmetology industry today?
Yes, definitely. This training, professionalism, and certification forms part of formalization. Remember, as a government, the Zambian government has been pushing for formalization of businesses. This formalization of businesses will basically help our SMEs to also grow their businesses. What do I mean? In order for us to help link you to a market, could be local, even international, we do that. You need to be formalized. You cannot carry out any process without formalizing your business. Now, here's the thing. There's always a fear. I don't even know where the fear comes from amongst our SMEs that, no, when I formalize my business, now the government will be taking my money, unnecessary money. For example, I do makeup and it's 350 kwacha or 500 kwacha. I will get that money and put it in my pocket. When I formalize, government will be coming to get something, its obligations, and I'll be married with 200 kwacha. No, it doesn't work It doesn't work like that. This is where now we'll be able to teach our SMEs. Earlier in your intro, I heard you talking about the fact that as this Expo, as a ministry, we're not doing it alone. We're doing it with various stakeholders. Some of the stakeholders coming on board are those that deal specifically with that issue. Specifically with issues of registration of businesses, specifically with issues of your obligations to the state or to the nation. specifically with issues of how to now sustain yourself. What do you require if you want to do your business away from home? You want to do it, you want to have a standard marketplace. By this, I don't mean necessarily a market, but I mean maybe you want to have, in simpler terms, a shop where you can be operating your barber shop, your business. What do you need when you go to the council? How can we help you? For example, yes, you need to go to the council to get certain things, but what if the fees are too high? What if they're not sustainable? Where do you go to? You have us as a ministry. You come, you say, oh, no, ministry, help us with policy. The fees are too high here. The obligations that we pay are too high. What can we do? This is where now we come in to help also with policy direction, not just for ourselves, but generally how our SMEs are attended to. And so at the end of the day, you spoke about a number of things, but I spoke also about the fact that there's an unnecessary fear. We encourage our SMEs to come. They will to come through to the ministry. There will be nothing like unnecessary obligations that you have to pay. Unnecessary formalization of businesses at this point is standard for you to grow your business. You cannot keep on staying in an environment that you just want to stay in a cocoon of yourself you remain vulnerable to many environmental shocks, many business environmental shocks. One process or one aspect of or advantage of formalizing your business is that you get to be shielded and protected when certain environmental, and when I say environmental, I mean business, environmental shocks come through. Your business, for example, it is not a secret that when we had the COVID-19 pandemic, many businesses suffered because of the stay-home policy, shut down businesses. There was a certain empowerment that was going through. You could not access that empowerment to help your business if you are not formalized. This is just an example of how we can help many SMEs. And so I encourage them to come through, formalize your business, help make it well known out there. That's the only way. There's nothing like, this is also for benchmarking. This is the standard out there. You will need to formalize your business. It's actually in your favor for you to formalize it.
Awesome. What role does innovation and technology play in modern cosmetology, and how is the Expo showcasing these advancements?
Yes.
Technology keeps on advancing.
Yes, it keeps on advancing. You're right. You see, I mentioned that we'll be having exhibitions right on the spot. So for exhibitions, usually when you attend a fair, you'll find that an exhibition is people seated on a table, they stand, some branding material around them, and they're seated, and you approach, and then they explain to you. But in this case, it won't be that. What will be there is people actually showing you what they do by the exhibitions. You get to see how innovative people have become in undertaking their businesses. This is not just for members of the public to see. Even myself as an SME, for example, if I will be exhibiting, I'm using a certain method. My next SME colleague who's exhibiting, I see how she's doing it. That in itself has taught me something. You see, for our ladies, usually when it comes to stretching the hair, previously we use like hot combs. You put a metal comb on a brazier or some heat, it heats up, and you pass it through your hair to straighten it. Now there are blowers, now there are toners, now there are many things that have grown to help your hair to be better. Well, I don't know about barber shops. I'll also be learning at the Cosmetology Expo, but definitely I assume that even the way men's hair is cut, the techniques that they use, all these have advanced and they've changed. Even those that are into the spa services and wellness, how they tend to people's wellness, what they do, all this requires innovation. The world is at a stage where innovation is imperative for your business. You cannot stay locked up away from innovation and say, this is how my business has always been. My clients are always coming. No, we have to move. Innovation helps your business to stand out, to be identified. It also helps to link you to other people that would want your type of services. Also, it helps you to ease your business, lessen costs. This helps with basically how you undertake your business. So I don't want to divulge too much. I want people out there that are watching to be interested and come through and see what Zambia's Cosmetology Expo has to offer.
Beautiful. How does the Expo support local beauty and brands and entrepreneurs in expanding their businesses?
Yes, definitely. expanding your business also depends on what you want as an SME. There's no one size fits all. What do you want? Some people will tell you that I'm satisfied with my clients, I'm satisfied with the number of people that I have, all I just want is a bigger space. That's development for them, that's growth for them. Others will tell you, I'm okay with the space that I have, I want more clients. Others will tell you, I want to ease movement for myself. I do on-call services, so I want a vehicle to help me. It will help me boost my business. It will help me even find a place. So a business is not one size fits all. It depends on what you want as an SME. And so this expo will tend to each and everyone's needs. We have discovered that despite being largely, this sector being largely unregulated and also not so formalized, there are some SMEs who are actually quite formalized, very, very formalized. They have all the paperwork. They just need help to grow their business in a certain way. Others will tell you, I just want my brand out there. That's enough for me. I don't even want a physical workspace. I just want my brand. Clients will be coming to me. We will help you with what you need. That's what we do basically as a ministry. And so at the end of the day, like you have asked me, this expo will help tailor, make solutions for our SMEs. Remember, we have never had such kind of an expo. We're not even sure what some of their needs are. This is also a gray area for us as a ministry. We are trying to find out what could be their needs, what could help them to develop their businesses. At the end of the day, as government, we are looking at certain factors that also, we also have an interest in your business. We'll help you grow, but if your business is for yourself, then what are we doing? We want to ensure that as you grow your business, you also create jobs for others. That's one factor that we look at. You grow your business, but if you want it to be for you alone, then maybe we will help you, but we'll put you a bit aside. Let's help those that are creating jobs, because we have a target. Remember, the Republican president has given a target for the number of jobs that should be created for Zambians. Also, we want to ensure that the obligations to the state are met at all times with your business. That also is a revenue income for government, for it to help you with the services that you require. Also, there are many factors that we look at. We need to also ensure that when we help you with you're not just stagnant as your business. We want to ensure that it's growing. You're not only creating a brand for yourself. At the end of the day, you are in the Republic of Zambia. People out there will look at your business from a Republic of Zambian perspective. So there are many factors involved, but at the end of the day, what I can assure our SMEs, even the members of the public, that whatever solutions or needs that you would have will be attended to as an SME.
Okay, so as we come to the end of the program, what would be your concluding remarks as regards to the Cosmetology Expo 2026?
Yes, thank you very much. The Cosmetology Expo is an inaugural expo. This is the first time that we are having such kind of an expo. This is the first time that government is even attempting to go into such uncharted waters. But one thing is for certain and cannot be questioned is that these SMEs are contributing largely to Zambia's economy. Therefore, they need to be protected. They need to have their businesses formalized. They need also, the other purpose of this expo is to also ensure that they have a grouping that they can easily run to. You know, certain sectors have what you call an association, an institute of the like. We also want to ensure that they have a good representative body that can come through and present their issues directly to a ministry. We may not be able to meet each and every one of the SMEs, but when they form a body, when they create an institute, they create an association, or they create a representative body amongst themselves, they can easily approach us and we can be easily able to have communication amongst ourselves as SMEs. Also, I would like to encourage members of the public to come through. Come and learn. Sometimes it may not be that you would want to open a business, but for your own skills, your own talent, your own need, come and learn a skill or two. We always encourage this as a ministry. You cannot go about yourself day by day without learning a skill. You need a skill, anything. Even away from the Cosmetology Expo, it could be tailoring, it could be what. Most of our SMEs, I can mention as well, are quite dynamic. They don't only do one type of a business. Yes, this one will only be about cosmetology, but when you network, you make your connections, you find that some are into tailoring, some are into mechanics. Whatever it is, learn a skill, grow. And that is what we are here for as a ministry. I would also like to encourage that further from the Cosmetology Expo, anybody out there who would even want to, whether it's as simple as start a business, you don't have a business plan, you want to venture into a business, you don't know what to do, whatever it is that has to do with entrepreneurship, please come through to the ministry. We have officers in all 116 districts throughout Zambia, as well as provincial officers throughout Zambia. So in each district, even Lusaka district, we have an officer. In case you may not be able to come to the headquarters, you can just walk to your district office and ask for the Office of the Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprise Development. Our officers are more than ready to help you, whatever your needs are, whether a cooperative or an SME.
Wow. Madam Virginia, thank you so much for making an appearance on The Entrepreneur. We really appreciate.
Thank you so much for having me. Let's do more of this often.
Sure.
Yes.
Viewers, that's all we had for you on The Entrepreneur. This has been Faith Katai on behalf of the entire Zanis production team. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.